Okay, when measuring for a roller shade, all you need is one measurement, and that's the width measurement. It doesn't matter how you're going to install it. It doesn't matter if it's going to be a long 82-inch long shade, if it's going to be a 40-inch long shade. It doesn't matter. All of our shades come with a maximum length of 82 inches. Okay, so you could set it to be 70 inches, 40 inches. You can set it to be whatever height you want. We just need to know what is going to be your maximum width. Okay, what is going to be your width measurement, and what that means is from end of bracket to end of bracket. Okay, so if I measure this bracket here, for example, it's going to measure 65 3/16. Okay, now this bracket here, that's mounting the shade like this, and so you're going to have a little bit of overhang. If we're going to mount the shade on the inside, then we're putting these brackets on the inside. And all you have to worry about or be careful of whenever you mount to the inside is if you have an opening that is precise. Okay, this opening is precisely 60 3/16, meaning that's it. Okay, so if you give us a 60 3/16 measurement and you go to put the brackets in and it fits too tight, you could run into a little trouble. So whenever you do these precise measurements like this, knock off a quarter or 3/16, knock some off. So give us a measurement of 60 inches. If it's 60 inches, it doesn't matter. There's gunk up here in the corners or what have you. You'll always be able to get your bracket up in there and it'll fit well. Now on the outside out here, whenever you put these brackets on and you do these kind of measurements, I went, like in this installation here, I went 2.5 inches wider, so I went out here. I mean, you can go as far as 5 inches, 8 inches, you can go wherever you want. So if your measurement is 70 inches, 70 1/4, 70 3/4, whatever, it'll all work because there's overlap. You can mount your roller shades either in the inside where it mounts like that, and when you do so, you're going to have a 3/4 inch gap, okay? Or you can mount it in the outside position where it's up here. If it's up here, then see how it's covering up all the wall there and you don't have any type of gapping. Okay, it depends on your situation. It might be this for a patio, you don't have all this stuff as an option. A patio you're going to mount more than likely just up like that. Sometimes you can mount like that. But the beautiful thing is it's really simple. You get this guy here, you can install it anywhere you want, and you can position it anywhere you want. Now also, you can take this guy and you can reverse it around like this, okay? Or, see how this comes out? This is how it works. It comes out, you put this one back in, and now you've got it for this side over here. So the thing is, you can either have your roll shade so it rolls down like that, okay, with this on the left, or you can have it roll forward with this in the front. I mean, there's all kinds of options here. It's just up to you whenever you get it how you actually want to put it on. Okay? So all roller shades come with these two end brackets. Okay? It's these end brackets that you're going to want to screw to the wall. Okay? They're two different end brackets. Okay? This guy here, it's real simple, and it's obvious when you get it. This guy here, it goes into the clutch like this. See how it's grooved there? So you can put it in all different positions, okay? Depending on how you want this to be installed. So if we want this guy to install up like that, then it'll go in like that. If we want this guy to install like that, then it'll go in like that, okay? So that would be like that. Now this end over here, that's what this is about, okay? So it fits over that, and then that little arm comes up and it goes over, just like this over here. See, this little piece here, it sits right on top there, and bam, now that holds it. So this guy here, it'll go into the end there, it'll go in here, okay? So these idler brackets here, they're notched. There's a notch there, there's a notch there, and there's a notch there. So you could set the bracket in like that, and you could take the roll shade, put it into that notch. You set it like that, and it goes in that notch, like that, that notch. There's multiple ways of doing it. Okay, look at there. See how the bracket is like that, and this bracket is like this? Because this bracket is like this, it's got a notch there. Because this bracket is like that, it's got a notch right there. When you mount on the inside like this, okay, This is inside of, say, columns or inside of window frames or inside a sheetrock opening. When you mount on the inside like this, you're always going to have this little bit of space up here at the top. It's always going to exist. And you're going to have 3/4 of an inch of space on this side and this side. That's how it's going to be. Now, when you mount on the outside like this, see, we can mount that away and you got your overlap. Our roller shades. You can either do it with one person or two persons, okay? It might be best if it's a 10-foot, 12-foot, 14-foot roller shade to use two people, because you're going to want someone to hold it on one end while the other person is putting it on the other end, okay? So this little roller shade, I mean, you can do it with one person. 10-footer, I could do by myself. Here's how it works. We're going to put the brackets on first, okay? So the bracket from outside edge to outside edge, that is the measurement that you provided us to build from. This particular roller shade was 65 3/16. So I put my first bracket on, I screwed it on. This is wood, so I use my wood screws. If it's masonry, if it's stone, you're going to want to use Tapcon screws. So you're going to need to get you some Tapcon screws to put that in, because you want it to be nice and strong. Okay, so I put my first bracket in, and now I'm going to go and put my second bracket. How we do it is real simple. You just measure. So I get my first bracket on, I come over here, pretend like that bracket's not there. I'm going to mark it 65 3/16. Now that I've marked it, I'm going to put this bracket in. Now you don't want to put this bracket down here or way up here. It needs to be level. And you can check for level by going to the top of whatever it is that you're putting it on. So if it's like your back patio and it's a little wall, check. See here, we've got 14 1/4. I'll come over here and measure and make sure it's 14 1/4. That's assuming that your roof line is level. If your roof line is not level, you're going to want to see if your foundation is level. If it is, and you can measure it that way. Okay, you want this roller shade to be level. I mean, it doesn't have to be flawlessly level, but it does need to be level. If it's not perfectly level, if it's like off by an inch or 2 inches, then what'll happen, the roller shade will roll down and it'll get cockeyed. We don't want to do that. Our brackets in place, we're going to go ahead and put our roller shade up. It's real simple. See how the end of that is notched? We're going to put that notch in here. Okay. Okay. So now that side is up. One person can do this. Now I'm going to come over here. This is the idler piece to the end of the roll shade, and I'm going to put right there into that idler bracket. So it sits right there in the top like that. And I'm going to use this little arm here, and I'm going to lock it into place. Now, whenever you put these brackets on, you don't want them to be too wide. Okay, if this thing was 1/4 inch over, it would be too loose. We want this thing to be nice and snug, right? So when we put this in here, it's nice and snug. We don't want any play. If there is play and it's sloppy, it could possibly pull out. So we always want these things to be nice and snug. This roll shade, it's so small that one person can easily put it in. If it's 10 foot, 12 foot, 14 foot, I recommend that you use two people. So one person will put that side in, and the other person over here can put this side in. I'm going to set it right there on top of that bracket. I'm going to close that bracket. Now that thing is super strong. It's not going to go anywhere. And it's ready to go. Roll up, roll down. So the difference between the chains are, this here is a plastic beaded chain. This is for internal use only. And this here is a stainless steel chain. It won't rust. It's extremely strong. This chain here we use for all external applications. Now, with an internal, an internal installed roller shade for commercial roller shades, if you don't want to use this plastic beaded chain and you want to use a heavy duty chain, that's fine. It's a few dollars extra to do so. Okay, for this roller shade here, it comes with these two ball stops. And what these two ball stops do is you're going to get them individually, and then you're going to put them onto the chain. What's going to happen is, watch this. Watch how I pull up. Bam. See how this ball stop right here went up into that clutch? That keeps the roll shade from going any higher. That ball stop is optional. You don't have to install it, but it makes for a nice installation when you do. It keeps the roll shade from going up. Okay, the second ball stop, what it's going to be about is watch how I roll down, 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 and bam. That ball stop is going to keep it from going any farther down. We like to do it that way because for our external applications and our internal applications as well, you want to set the maximum length that the shade can go down. Otherwise, a person could possibly keep pulling. If you don't put the ball stops in, the person can keep pulling the chain, and then the roller shade will just keep going until it's all the way at the end, and we don't want to do that. But watch this. So my ball stop is there, pull the chain down, okay, the shade comes down, and now the roller shade is all the way in its stopped position. This bungee cord, it fits through this eye hook here, okay? We're going to fit it through there. Now we've just created a tie down, okay? Now that we have our ball stops on our chain, what we're going to do is roll this thing all the way down. Remember, do not exceed 82 inches. 82 inches will give you a couple rolls of fabric on the roller, which we absolutely want for strength and stability. Okay, so now this ball stop is in place. This guy goes down, boom, it stops, okay? So you see how this thing comes all the way down. We want to make sure this bungee cord is nice and tight so that it holds this thing in place. Once we get our bungee cord where we like it, where it's nice and tight, it's holding this hem bar, it's holding all of this in place, then we're going to want to shoot our hooks into the wall. Now, if you have wood, you can just screw this thing into it, okay? Because it's made for wood. You can just screw it right in. Or if you have masonry, you got stone, you got brick, they're going to want to use a hammer drill, and you're going to want to put something like this in, okay? So you put this anchor in. Once you get that anchor in, then you screw this guy in just like we did here, and then look what happens. Now it's holding our whole roll shade down.